I don't think it's really a huge surprise at this point that I identify as weird. I think at this point I've shared enough of myself with you all for everyone who's been here for a while to be aware. I'm a bit of a weirdo, and I like weird things, which may be the reason I've recently fallen in love with begonias. My begonia collection is not super big, but it's also not your typical like grandma's begonia collection. It's a little group of adorable, whimsical weirdos, just like me. So if you need a little bit of whimsy in your life right now, stick around. I'm about to fill that hole in your life. I'm Crystal. This is Keep Growing Plants. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new here, thank you for coming back. By the way, this is one of my favorite mugs. Super cute, eh? I don't remember the name of the artist. I'm going to try to research it. Maybe it says it here. Huh? I think it does. Hold on. Danica Studios. A very cool local Canadian artist. I love her work. I have 2 of her mugs. Also, the tea that I'm sipping is mint tea. I harvested the mint myself in the meadows behind my house. We have a ton of wild mint growing there. Okay, enough yapping. I'm going to get straight to the point. Begonias. Weird and wonderful, quirky begonias. The first one I'm going to show you is my variegated begonia maculata. Oh, I love her so much. She is so pretty, and I honestly am shook that she is in my collection. I think that, I don't know if you can see here, I'm going to try to bring her close enough for you to see, but right here is the beginning of a new leaf coming in, and it's getting fuller every day. I check on her literally every single day. Hopefully this new leaf will come in before this video goes up. If it does, I'll add a little thing at the end of the video with an update. If it doesn't, it'll have to be in a future video or maybe a favorites video or something like that. But anyway, yeah, she came with 2 leaves and dropped the most beautiful of the 2 that she came with. I'll put a photo up on the screen so you can see that. And it's really normal. That did not stress me, although I was sad about it, but it is normal when you make a cutting and root it. Typically, they eventually drop the leaves that were the starter of the plant, the mother plant leaves, I guess you would call them. Yeah, they typically drop those first leaves. So yeah, she's on her way, and I can't wait. Let me show you also how well she's rooting, because when she came to me, she had almost no roots, and the very few roots that were there, well, that's not true. She had a lot of roots, but they were tiny, 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 and most of them were like black, dark brown, and I was a little bit nervous, but since then, she has really rooted well. Let me just put down this cover pot for a second. Now when I look along the edge of this pot, you can see the little roots all over the place. I hope you can see. They're small, but they're there. There's some there, some there, some there, here, here, here. Like the whole cup is getting filled with roots. So I don't think it will be, I have to look down so I don't step on my cat. She's right at my feet. Yeah, so I think I'll be able to pot her up relatively soon, but I am going to wait a little bit longer. I don't want to give her any more shocks. I mean, she was chopped and propped, then she was shipped to me before probably she should have been, just because we wanted to get her out before it got too cold, because begonias don't ship well in the cold. She's been through a lot, and she's recovering, and she's doing well, so I don't want to ruin that role we're on. Care-wise, because she's like a freshly rooting propagation, I am hovering quite a lot, and I put some holes in the bottom, even though when she came to me the cup didn't have holes, just so that I could let fresh water run through and out like almost every day. Maybe every second day is more realistic, but a lot. She's getting freshly moistened on the regular, and I think it's really helping because begonias don't like to dry out that much. And I'm keeping her in one of my Mills bows very close to a grow lamp, just to be sure she keeps that really beautiful variegation. So why don't I show you some other ones? Even though she's adorable and we could stare at her all day, let's look at the other begonias now. And the Melanobulata, I think I'm getting better at saying that, is doing very well, as you can probably see. If you've been following my channel, you've been seeing that she started out very tiny and she's been growing quite well, quite fast. Like, look at the size of this one. This is insane. She's getting to be such a stunner, and the spikes blow my mind. I am a little bit obsessed with this plant, and it's fun watching the new leaves come in. I don't know if you can see, but look, here's one of the newer ones that's coming in. They come in these little little balls, dark, fuzzy, super fuzzy actually. Let me try to get you a view of that. The new leaves are so fuzzy. Hold on. My camera doesn't like zooming in when things are up close these days. I don't know why. But anyway, so they come in this like super fuzzy tiny little balls, and then they slowly size up, like this is kind of the next level, and then they eventually spread out. I really wish my cat was not right under my feet while I'm filming. She chose this spot because she wants to be under me, but it's really not good for me. I can't keep the eye contact on the camera because I'm going to step on her. Let me see if I can encourage her to move. Jojo, can we move a little bit? Come here. Come here, my belle. Do you want to say hi to the camera, Jojo? She is a very big girl, and she's very pretty. Look how pretty she is. Do you want to say hi? Are you a pretty girl? Do you like to sit under Mama's feet all the time, 24 hours a day, tripping her everywhere she goes? Yes, yes you do. I had a request from a viewer to properly introduce all of my cats. I have 3 of them. I am going to do that, but not in this video. In one of my upcoming videos, I will do a proper introduction of all of my cats. I'm thinking about maybe doing a house tour video. Let me know in the comments if you would enjoy a house tour. What are you doing? What's happening right now? She's just making herself very comfortable. I'm pretty sure she's part Maine Coon, by the way. She's so huge. Anyway, so back to the care of the Melanobulata. I keep this in my Mills bow directly beside my variegated maculata, so they get the exact same amount of light, same amount of humidity, but I water this one less frequently because it's not a cutting that's being rooted at the moment. So I let it get slightly dry before I water it. It's hard to check. Is it dry? Yeah, I think it's due for a watering right now. But I don't let it stay dry for long. And if you've been following for a while, you already know that I'm a checker. I'm a helicopter mama. So I check often, and if it starts to feel like it's getting dry, that's when it's time. It's rare that I don't check on my plants daily. Sometimes, but rarely do I miss a day. Anyway, I'm going to put her back in her house. I don't think there's anything else I need to say. I mean, eventually she'll be too big to stay in the Mills bow, and she will live in ambient, and I think that'll be fine. I'm not too worried. And we're coming back here behind me to get another beautiful, funky begonia. Who doesn't love the super Princess of Pink, mega Princess of Pink begonia, the pink variegated snowcap? She is stunning. And when I got her, she was really tiny. I will put a picture up on the screen of when I got her. She was really, really tiny. I think I've had her since July, and she has grown so much in that time. It is unreal. I can hide behind her and disappear. She's so big. And I love it. This little pot, I feel this pot is like her soulmate pot. I've said that before. I really feel it matches her so well. Like every single tone and shade that is in the plant is in this pot. And I bought this pot maybe 2 years ago. So it was not intentional, but like look at how the leaves have like the different shades of pink and white with like little different shades of green, and then look at the pot. It's perfection. I love it. 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 I love the little feet on the pot as well. So cute. I'm starting to get into making pots, and yeah, I think my next one's gonna have little feet like this. I'm inspired. She lives just back here under my, well, she gets the light from a couple places actually. She gets the light from my Soltex solution lamp, which is here, and she gets also some light from this one up here, which is like, oh, I just blinded myself. Ouch. Why did I look up when I pointed? This one's just like a cheap grow lamp that I got on Amazon years ago. So yeah, she gets the direct light from the two of them, but she's pulled away from them. And what other begonias do I have? Oh, I also wanted to show you, no, I'll do that one at the end. Oh, I have also a very cool one. In this jar is a very special, very whimsical to the max begonia. I'm honestly so in love with it. I actually should bring the camera over there because the lighting is better. And this one like requires lighting to really see its full potential of whimsy. So let's go back actually. Okay. So we're back over to this little area now. I'm going to lift the lid off and zoom in on her. You're going to probably find her amazing. She is really magical. In my opinion, she is a little like fairy garden dream. The Begonia Sarawak. So when you have the good lighting, you can get this like metallic shimmer. And look, she's flowering too. Her flowers are so tiny and cute. Honestly, every time I check in on this plant, I melt. She is unreal. It's hard to believe that this is not AI or something. I swear, I'm not using AI. This is real life. She has like purples and blues, metallic little shimmery leaves, and the tiniest little fairy flowers anyone has ever seen. So care-wise, she is very clearly living in a jar so that she can have very high humidity. And I keep her jar right under the Soltex solution lamp, but far away from it. So her jar is here, and the lamp is like way up here. I'll try not to blind myself this time. I'm not looking at the lamp. Don't look at the lamp, Crystal. But yeah, so as you can see, she's not like directly under the lamp, but this lamp is so strong that I find that the plants really benefit even at this distance. Like my Burlmark's Flame, for example, when I moved her over here directly under this, even though it's at such a distance, she started giving me fenestrations for the first time. So yeah, this pendant lamp from Soltex Solutions. Wow. This is not sponsored, although I would love to be sponsored by them. We'll see, maybe one day. So that's my Begonia Sarawak. And what else can I say about her? So yeah, she needs the good humidity, she needs good light, and I just leave her alone. I think that's one thing that I really like about terrarium begonias is that, yes, they are like kind of quote unquote high maintenance plants in the sense that they require a level of humidity that the ambient conditions of a room is probably not going to be enough. But if you put it in a jar, it becomes a super low maintenance plant because you barely have to do anything. There's like a little ecosystem in there that just runs itself. I rarely have to add water. This is actually one of my easiest plants because it's in here. So don't be afraid of terrarium begonias. I used to be afraid of begonias and I never had any. I've been collecting plants for a very long time. I don't even remember how many years. I've lost count. It's over a decade. But I never got begonias other than I got one begonia maculata once, and that went well. But other than that, I was like, oh, begonias are scary. They all need such high humidity. But the trick is terrariums, and you don't have to be scared. Just pop them in there, and they do their thing and bring their whimsy and joy. I'm just dying. Look how cute the little flowers are. Every time, it gets me. I didn't even know that I was a flower girl. I didn't know that about myself until recently. But yeah, I'm starting to get more into flowering types of plants. What else do I have to show you? More begonias. We need more begonias. Oh yes, my giant goth begonia. I'm going to have to clip this to my shirt because the one I'm about to show you is super big. I have shown it before in other videos, so you may have already seen it, but if you're new here, maybe you haven't. And if you aren't new here, I hope you'll still enjoy seeing her again. She's so pretty. I don't see why you wouldn't. Oof, I have too much hair. This is my begonia black velvet. Oh, she's so unique and weird and gothic. Like these star-looking leaves with these super, super fuzzy petioles. I don't know if you can see. Look at that. They're fuzzy. If the camera's not picking it up well, I'll take some B-roll. Look at the fuzz. They're so cute. This is so big. And when I got it, it was small. And I paid like $10, $15. And it grew. I got it in early summer. And I like can barely hold her up for the length of the video to talk. I'm gonna keep trucking. I'll look at this as a gym day or something. But yeah, when I got her, she was super tiny, and she's just like, I think doubled in size, maybe tripled since the beginning of the summer. So it's pretty impressive. I believe this is what is called a rhizomatous begonia. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments. I am not an expert. I am new to begonias, but I love them already. And yeah, the new leaves come in super tiny and fuzzy. Ugh, this is so hard to show you. Look how tiny and cute the little leaves are. She's spreading out to make like these little... She's spreading out and like going across the soil. There's like these little... I don't even know what to call them. They're not really vines, but there's like these little protruding parts of the plant. And they're trying to like seek out a new place to put feet down, I guess, to get fuller and fuller and fuller. I'm just gonna have my whole house taken over by this begonia one day, I'm sure. Care-wise, I had her out on my balcony in the summer, and I brought her in the fall, early fall. I water whenever the soil starts to get dry, but I try not to let it get super dry. Similar to all my other begonias, I have like basically the same logic that I apply to all of them. That is, they like moisture, they like humidity, give them as much as you can, but don't rot their roots by keeping them constantly soggy. So I water. When they are almost dry, I water again. And this one lives in ambient, and it's not super close to grow lamps, but it does get a good amount of light. It's got like the indirect light from like 4 different grow lamps nearby, and it's placed I'll show you right now. As you can see, she gets a lot of light in the sense that she's got the two windows on either side of her. So she's not getting any direct light, but she's getting a lot of natural sunlight coming from either side. Plus, there's many grow lamps all up at the top of the room, one directly above her, one there, one over here. So I think she's good. I think she's happy with this amount of light. I mean, there's also even the light coming from the Mills bows. Like I have many grow lamps in the Mills bow right over here. It's all very far away, but I think that it adds up. All of these different light sources are far away, but they add up to be a pretty good amount of light. And when I had her out on the balcony in the summer, I wondered at first if it was going to be too much light, because I had her in like a little hanging basket thing on the edge of my balcony, and for not the whole day, but for many hours of the afternoon, she was in direct sun. And it was not too much. She never burned. She flowered even. So I think she's a light loving one, which is unusual for dark plants because typically when they're darker, not 100%, but when the leaves are darker, they can handle lower light. And that's like a general rule that we use. But in her case, I think she likes light. This one I got on a trip to Kamouraska, which is one of my favorite towns. It's actually probably my very favorite town in all of Quebec. It's a super tiny little town, and they have like almost salt water. It's almost the ocean. It's like I think it's called brackish water when the body of water is partially freshwater, partially saltwater. I believe it's called brackish. Correct me if I'm wrong if you know more than me about this. But yeah, so in that town, on that little day trip my husband and I took, I happened across a adorable little shop that was selling like local seaweed and locally harvested teas. It had nothing to do with plants, but the person who owned it had one of these that just kept growing and reproducing. And so she started propagating and selling the babies in this little shop. And I was like, oh, I need to buy your baby. So here we are. And I believe it's a tiger star begonia. Natasha, my friend Natasha from Plantain and Platinum, she told me that that's what she thinks it is. And I consider Natasha basically the queen of begonias, so I trust her. If she says it's a tiger star, then it's a tiger star. It's very pretty. It may not be one of those rare, expensive ones, but I don't think I've seen it in many garden centers before. If it is in garden centers, I have not happened upon it. And I care for it the same as all the others. All of my begonias are getting the same treatment, so I'm not going to bore you with repeating myself. But she's cute, right? She also has the fuzzy petioles like the black velvet, so I think they might be cousins or something. They seem related. I am by no means an expert on begonias. I'm not filming this video to be like, hi, I'm here to tell you everything about begonias. No, this is just like one of those happy to be a collector type videos, sharing my joy, not my expertise. This one isn't actually mine. One day when I was at work, one of my coworkers showed up in the staff room. I'm a teacher, if you don't know. And so my coworker showed up, and she had been following me on Instagram, seeing all my plants and stuff for a long time. And she just showed up and handed me a plant that was dying. It had 2 leaves, and they were both getting like half crispy. And she was like, I don't think this is going to survive, but if it has any chance of survival, it's in your hands. So here you go. And I believe I have revived it. It is a Begonia maculata, and it's doing well now. She's pretty cute. I'm going to bring her back to her mama soon. I'm proud of her recovery. Show you the little cute baby that's coming in. I really enjoy the way their leaves come in little balls that unfurl. I figured out about myself over the years the fact that with plants, the plants that bring me the most joy are Hoyas, anthuriums, and begonias. One of the things about those three choices that brings me that joy is the fact that the leaves come in a way that's really entertaining. So I get to like check in daily and see how they're evolving, you know? So like with anthuriums, they come in tiny and they size up and they become super giant in a short period of time. With Hoyas, it can be similar, even though they don't get giant, but they still do a similar thing where they come in tiny and they get bigger and bigger every day. With begonias, they come in like little tiny curly balls and they slowly unfurl and size up. And I really enjoy that. I find it very entertaining. Yeah, so I think she's good. If I can find a picture of what she looked like when she came to me, I will put it up on the screen and share with you how much she has improved since she came to live in my care. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Do I have another begonia that I'm forgetting? Maybe I feel like I'm forgetting one because I have 3 Sarawaks. I forgot to mention that. When I got the Sarawak from Natasha, I chopped it up and I put 2 little pieces in 2 other jars. So I actually have 3 Sarawaks, which is really fun. I can't wait until they're all big and I can just bask in the glory of my metallic fairy garden all around me. Should I show you the babies that I've been making? Is that interesting? Would people enjoy seeing that? Let's see. They look like crap, but I swear they're alive and I'm very sure they're going to produce leaves soon. I really, really feel it. I've seen that they have roots. They're coming along. Even though my black velvet is super giant, I made a baby of her too. And just recently she started pushing out really dark leaves like the mama, and that's got me very excited. I think I'm planning to do a like plantify my art studio video soon. And I've decided I'm going to use some of the plants that I've been propagating in one of my Mills bows. I have like half of a Mills bow dedicated to making propagations for trades and gifts. And I decided to give some of them as a gift to myself. I'm going to plantify my art studio. And I think it feels nice to use ones that are like doubles, because then if anything goes wrong, I don't have to stress. And that was one of the reasons I didn't have a lot of plants in my art studio downstairs, is that at first when I put them in there, I got worried. Like I didn't want to lose them because I don't pay as much attention in that room as I do in the plant room. And also it's slightly cooler down there. So I think it's a smart thing to take these little babies and set them up as best as I can and do my best to remember that they're down there and take care of them. But at least I don't have to stress as much as if it's my original plants that are down there. Because if something does go wrong, hopefully it won't, but if something does go wrong, I haven't lost my whole plant, you know? Yeah, I think she's going to be one that's going to go down in the art room. One of the Sarawaks lives in the vivarium with my mantis. Here she is. This is Ophelie, my little alien baby. And the begonia Sarawak is way down here. She has like a jungle. If you want to see me building this vivarium, I do have a video about that. There's the baby Sarawak. She looks good, eh? She looks happy. So the lighting is a little bit different, and I'm also now wearing a sweater. If the changes are a little bit jarring, it's because I'm re-recording the outro. Unfortunately, my microphone decided to stop working, and I just have to redo the outro now. But anyway, so that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments which of my begonias are your favorites, and feel free to share in the comments any of your thoughts on care tips for begonias, any of your wish list begonias. I'd love to hear about all of your begonia thoughts. And let me know that you made it to the end with a pink heart, any pink heart at all. And don't forget to like the video if you did like the video, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It really helps the channel grow, and it really brings me a lot of encouragement. So thank you for that. Keep growing, everybody. Love you all. See you in the next one. Bye.